Welcome back to the show. Today, we're diving into a topic that flips the entire idea of van life on its head, because you don't need a van to live the van life dream. In fact, thousands of people across the country are turning the most ordinary cars, hatchbacks, sedans, compact SUVs, into fully functional mobile homes. Maybe you're curious about life on the road. Maybe rent is too high. Or maybe you just want the freedom to explore without waiting on hotel check-ins, airport delays, or someone else's schedule. Whatever your reason, car-based van life opens the door to a simpler, cheaper, and surprisingly comfortable way to travel. In this episode, we'll break down how to transform any car into a cozy micro-home, how to sleep comfortably in a small space, how to stay clean, organized, and safe, and why this lifestyle is becoming one of the most practical ways to explore America. So buckle up, literally, because we're about to show you how road freedom doesn't require a big rig, a fancy camper, or a massive budget. Just a car, a plan, and a willingness to rethink what home can be. Van life isn't reserved for people with Sprinters, ProMasters, or decked-out camper vans. The real magic of life on the road comes from freedom, simplicity, and the ability to turn whatever you drive, yes, even a compact sedan, into a cozy, functional home on wheels. Whether you're road tripping through small towns, sleeping under the stars in your cross-trek wilderness, or just carving out a peaceful overnight spot between adventures, any car can become a warm, organized, and surprisingly comfortable mobile living space. With a little creativity, smart gear, and thoughtful setup, car-based van life becomes less about limitations and more about unlocking a minimalist, cinematic way of exploring the world. A cozy, road-ready home in any car. Turning your car into a mobile home starts with intention, comfort, organization, adaptability, and budget. You don't need a full conversion, just a few smart upgrades that make your space feel lived in rather than improvised. Think of it as building a tiny cabin inside your vehicle, one that moves with you from mountain passes to historic districts to quiet rest areas off the interstate. Key upgrades to make your car feel like home. Flat sleep platform. A simple plywood or PVC frame creates a level sleeping surface and hidden storage underneath. Window privacy and insulation. Reflectix panels, magnetic curtains, or blackout shades keep your space private and temperature controlled. Ventilation. A battery-powered fan or cracked windows with rain guards prevent stuffiness. Soft lighting. Warm LED strips or puck lights create a cozy cabin vibe without draining your battery. Organized storage. Use seat-back organizers, under-platform bins, and small totes to keep essentials accessible. Portable power. A small power station, 200, 500W, keeps your phone, GoPro, and lights charged. Comfort touches. A good sleeping pad, soft blanket, and a small travel pillow make a huge difference. When I first started camping, I barely had the basics. I showed up with whatever I could afford, whatever I could borrow, and whatever I thought might work. But every trip taught me something new. Watching how other campers set up their tents, learning small tricks from strangers at trailheads, and slowly understanding what real comfort on the road feels like. All of it helped me build my gear piece by piece. As money allowed, I added essentials, upgraded old items, and shaped my setup into something that made me feel self-sufficient. Car camping is no different. You start with what you have, and every trip teaches you something new. Over time, your setup becomes a reflection of your experience, shaped by necessity, trial and error, and the simple desire to make the road feel like home. Sometimes it's the smallest adjustments that make the biggest difference. A single power bank tossed in your backpack or a charger left in the glove box can turn a stressful moment into a non-issue. When you're standing on a mountaintop with a dead phone, that tiny piece of gear suddenly feels like gold. You don't always need to spend big or overhaul your whole rig. Often it's about using what you already have a little smarter, paying attention to what actually matters, and letting your setup evolve naturally with each adventure. How your car camping setup grows over time. Start with the basics: a safe place to sleep, simple lighting, and basic storage. Learn from others, their setups, their mistakes, and their clever hacks. The community is one of the best parts of car camping and van life. Once, while camping, my neighbors had a van that caught my eye. I asked a simple question about one item, and they ended up giving me a full tour of their rig. That 5-minute conversation turned into a dozen new ideas I never would have thought of on my own. People in the van and car camping world love to share. Their setup is their signature, something they've built through trial, pride, and personality, and most are more than happy to talk about it. Every conversation, every shared trick, every, "Oh, I didn't know you could do that," moment becomes part of how you evolve. Nobody wakes up knowing everything. You grow by watching, asking, trying, failing, adjusting, and trying again. That's the real beauty of it. Your rig becomes a living record of your curiosity and the people who helped you along the way. Add gear slowly as your budget allows. Prioritize comfort and safety. Upgrade intentionally. Better insulation, smarter organization, more reliable power. Traveling with electronics means you need dependable power sources, not just wishful thinking. A couple of well-chosen items can completely change your experience. Power banks come in all sizes, from small pocket units to high-capacity bricks that can recharge your phone multiple times. And portable home power stations with AC outlets are becoming surprisingly affordable. Many solid entry-level models cost under $100. They're perfect for running small electronics when you're parked or camping, and most can recharge right from your car's cigarette lighter port while you're driving. It's a simple upgrade that pays off every time you're off-grid. Instead of stressing about battery life, you stay connected, safe, and able to use the gear you already own. Little improvements like this make your setup more reliable without forcing you to spend big or overhaul everything at once. Let each trip teach you what your next improvement should be. When I first hit the road in my Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness, I kept things simple. On that 12-day trip, the only thing I bought was an air mattress, and honestly, it worked. I slept well, woke up rested, and felt proud of how little I needed. But every night, the setup took time. Shifting gear around, inflating the mattress, finding the right angle. It all worked, but it wasn't effortless. When I got home, I knew I could make the space better. So I built a flat platform for the cargo area, something sturdy but lightweight, something that didn't require tools and could be taken apart whenever I wanted. PVC became the perfect solution. Simple, modular, and easy to adjust. That platform became the foundation of my sleep system, a small upgrade that completely changed my comfort on the road. This is what getting started looks like. You begin with curiosity, follow the pull to explore, and let each adventure teach you what your rig needs next. With every mile, every campsite, and every new idea, your setup grows into something that fits you, your comfort, your style, your way of traveling. Why car-based van life works. Stealth and flexibility. You can park almost anywhere without drawing attention. Budget-friendly. No need for a $60,000 van build. Your existing car becomes your adventure base. Fuel efficiency. Smaller vehicles mean cheaper long-distance travel. Easy maintenance. No complicated systems or expensive repairs. Freedom to explore. From national parks to tiny towns, you can slip into places big vans can't. As you move along the road, you pass through small towns, busy cities, quiet campgrounds, trailheads, diners, and all kinds of places to rest your head. On one of my waterfall hunting days, hiking out to see bridges, creeks, and hidden trails, I realized how much the road teaches you through experience. I carried a water purifier from my camping kit, so collecting fresh creek water was easy. But hiking on a hot day with room temperature water wasn't ideal. I had a small cooler, too, but buying ice every day became a hassle, and when I couldn't get ice, food spoiled quickly. When I got home, I started looking for a better solution. That's when I discovered you can buy a compact ice maker for under $40 that does not take space. One that produces ice in under 10 minutes. I added it to my setup, and suddenly the problem was solved. That's the point. You don't start out knowing everything you need. You learn through the problems you face. You adapt through comfort. You take the lessons from the road, come home, and find solutions that fit your budget. If you try to buy everything up front, you'll drain your wallet and convince yourself this lifestyle is too expensive. The only impulse purchases worth making are the unavoidable ones. Everything else can wait until the road teaches you why you need it. Parking and overnight options for car life. Whether you're traveling full-time or living in your car because rent is too high, you need safe places to park. Luckily, options are everywhere. Rest areas. They're cleaner, more efficient, and more traveler-friendly than ever. Travel plazas. popping up all over the country with everything from forgotten charger cables to toiletries. Walmart parking lots, a reliable overnight option when you're tired and the nearest rest area is closed for renovation. Cracker Barrel, many locations allow overnight parking. Free primitive camping, sites across the country listed on freecampsites.net and the DYRT. Off-road capable vehicles. If your rig can handle it, there are countless designated forest roads and dispersed camping areas. The road gives you options, you just learn them as you go. When you're living out of your car, whether you're traveling full-time or doing it because rent has become impossible, hygiene becomes one of the biggest concerns. You still need to shower, wash up, and use the bathroom. I'm a very clean person, and during my 12-day road trip, I slept in my crosstrek a lot, yet I never felt dirty. That's because I learned simple ways to stay fresh on the road. Rest area bathrooms became my go-to for brushing my teeth and using the restroom. I always kept wet wipes, a small bottle of water, and a bit of soap with me. You'd be surprised at the magic you can pull off with just those 3 things. I've even washed my hair in a rest area sink using nothing but a bottle of water because something brushed against it on a hike, and I wasn't taking chances. There are paid shower options too. Places like Love's offer hot showers. Last I checked, around $17.50. But you can save money by stopping at a regular campground and asking to use their shower for about $5, or even less if it's coin-operated. If you plan ahead, apps like Hot Showers can help you find places along your route. Nature also gives you options. If you're hiking near streams or slow-moving rivers, you can rinse off in your swimwear. Solar shower bags heat water quickly in the sun, and a small privacy tent can turn any spot into a makeshift bathroom. One cyclist I met told me he stays clean for days using nothing but wet wipes. The point is, there are many ways to stay clean depending on your hygiene needs. You don't need a full van build or fancy gear, just creativity, resourcefulness, and a willingness to adapt. The road teaches you what works. These skills might seem tedious when you're thinking about them from a vacation mindset, but once you're actually living on the road, they stop feeling like chores. You adapt. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes, almost second nature. In life, we learn so many things, but nobody teaches us how to cope, how to adjust, how to stay clean and comfortable outside the walls of a home. You figure it out through experience. I've always been particular about hygiene. When I book a hotel, the first thing I check in the photos is the bathroom. Is it clean? Is it updated? Does it look like somewhere I can keep my routines? So doing all of this on the road felt strange at first, but over time, it became an art. Now it's effortless. At rest areas, you see truck drivers doing their daily routines without hesitation. And after a hot hike, I have my own little rituals in the parking lot, cooling down, cleaning up, resetting myself. You start to realize people do all kinds of things in public when they're traveling. A traveler understands. You stop judging. You stop worrying. You just adapt. And somewhere along the way, it changes you. You become humble. You become happier. You stop chasing silly things. My neighbor has a BMW. Good for him. Let him enjoy it. Life on the road teaches you what actually matters, and suddenly the world feels more meaningful. Converting a small car into living space. Converting a small car into a sleep-ready space doesn't require a full van build, just smart use of what you have. Keep the driver's seat intact for comfort and practicality, then remove only the passenger seat to open up extra room. Build a compact platform that extends from the back seat to the front, leaving enough space to recline and stretch out. A shorter bed keeps the cabin functional while still offering a cozy sleeping area. With lightweight materials like PVC or wood, you can create a modular system that's easy to assemble, disassemble, and store. Add a mattress pad, blanket, and small storage bins underneath, and your everyday car transforms into a minimalist home on wheels. Custom-built car camping setups are available for purchase, but because of the growing demand, prices have skyrocketed. The good news is that you can build your own system using inexpensive materials and a bit of creativity. DIY builds not only save money, but also let you design your rig exactly how you want it. This lifestyle has exploded online. YouTube is full of creators sharing new ideas and clever builds. As you start crafting your own setup, you can film the process, post videos, and even earn income from your journey. The more unique and practical your ideas, the more people will watch, and that can turn your passion into a source of income. Many travelers buy old cars, trucks, or buses just to document their transformations. Imagine living a life where you create videos about what you love, inspire others, and make a living doing it. That's the real freedom of the road. Travel with the minimum. Traveling light isn't just practical, it's freeing. Sometimes carrying only the essentials is the ideal way to move through the world. Today we have a gadget for everything, but that doesn't mean you need every gadget on the road. Packing too much often leads to bulky items you never touch, like bringing a thick winter jacket on a trip where the forecast stays at 60 degrees, and a simple hoodie would do the job. The point is simple: travel with intention. Bring what you'll truly use. Leave the rest behind, and let the journey teach you what matters. Roof storage for extra space. If your vehicle is on the smaller side, the roof becomes your best friend for carrying extra gear you don't use every day. A simple roof bag can hold lightweight, less frequently used items, and free up valuable interior space. Many travelers mount tents, bikes, kayaks, or skis on the roof. It's a common solution for compact rigs. But be mindful, just because you can carry something doesn't mean you should. I've taken my bike on long trips and never used it once, yet it reduced my fuel efficiency the entire way simply because I didn't plan a ride, but brought it anyway. The core idea of van life, even when you're doing it in a car, is living fully on a minimal budget. Follow that narrative every step of the way. Pack intentionally, carry only what serves your journey, and let experience guide your choices. This lifestyle teaches planning, adaptation, and resourcefulness. And once you master those skills on the road, imagine applying them at work. You win there too. America is enormous, and traditional travel, airports, hotels, endless check-ins, barely lets you touch its surface. Road life changes that. It puts the country directly in front of you, mile by mile, just like my 9-day, 8-country trip across Europe that only worked because I stayed on the road. Yes, car life can be unpredictable, but it's one of the most meaningful ways to explore. Every diner, every small roadside attraction, every unplanned stop becomes part of your story. The journey itself becomes the reward. Road life isn't just travel. It's a deeper way to experience America. Flying and hotel hopping can make you miss the real heart of the country, but driving turns every mile into something you lived. You gain freedom, simplicity, and the small joys you never planned for. Choose this lifestyle, and you choose a richer, fuller way to explore, one that turns the entire country into your backyard. And that wraps up today's episode of Van Life Without a Van. If you've been thinking about hitting the road, downsizing your travel style, or turning your everyday car into a tiny home on wheels, I hope this gave you the confidence to take that first step. Freedom doesn't always come from having more. Sometimes it comes from using what you already have in a smarter, simpler way. If you enjoyed this conversation, learned something new, or felt inspired to rethink how you travel, make sure to subscribe to the podcast. Your support helps this community grow and ensures you never miss an episode filled with practical tips, real stories, and road-tested wisdom. Thanks for listening, and wherever you're headed next, may the journey be just as meaningful as the destination.